Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everybody. It is Anita, your Liberation Money Coach. How are you? How has your week been? I'm just settling in here. This is a live that I said I was going to do earlier today. I put a little pre-warning up about it. I called it a heartfelt share. And it really is, because I'm feeling very tender at the moment, and I just wanted to share something with you that was really sitting right here that I felt would serve you today, okay? So I just let a few of you come on. That's if you're around, even, because you may not be, because it is Saturday evening in Singapore and it's a weekend. A very precious time when we got some time to reflect as well. So, and if you're here, that's great. If you're not here, that's fine as well, okay? Just when you are here, you get to watch this, give us a hashtag replay and let me know your thoughts. Let me have your questions, any openings that come up for you, and let me know how you are and what's going on with you, okay? So let's dive in. So this is really about self-belief. Do you have self-belief? So you maybe have an instant answer to that question, okay? And there's two places that the answer to that question can come from, and that is instinct or intuition. Most of us, without doing the work that we do here, are riding on instinct. And our instinct comes from what I'm going to talk a little bit more about today. Our root cause, our background, our experience, our culture, our self-sabotaging stories, the lineage and the ancestry that goes behind us. We have picked up things that don't belong to us, okay? And we believe things that are not true about ourselves sometimes, or we react from a place or make our decisions from a place that is instinctual, right? It comes like this. It's like with instincts. And so your immediate answer to, do I have self-belief? Maybe no, right? Or it might be, yeah, I do. But real self-belief. And this is connected to what is the difference between therapy and coaching. And you may be saying, well, what's all that got to do with business mentoring? And because what we're doing right here is this is fast cash to freedom, right? We're transitioning as myself, as a corporate successful woman that was really still a people pleaser on the inside. I'm feeling really lonely at the top, I guess, and suffering with that. So successful at the cost of everything else, right? So this is about fast cash to freedom and making that leap into entrepreneurship and into business, but without taking a dip in income and making 5 figures in your first month is what I did for myself and what I do for many clients now. So what has any of that got to do with self-belief and the difference between therapy and coaching, right? And I hope that it will become clear to you as I go through this. I'm gonna aim to be on for about 20 minutes, right? I'm off out for dinner into a comedy show tonight, which I think I really desire to laugh today, because got this, like, you know when you got a really not a heavy heart, but like a sensitized. I've been working on my story today for an interview, and yeah, it's the stuff we do is, well, the stuff I do is vulnerable, and the stuff that my clients do is vulnerable, and so that will become clear. So why am I talking about this on essentially a business mentoring group in many senses, right? Because very simply, your mental and your emotional state of being, and if you've heard me talk before, I talk about that link into a root cause and really an invisible barrier. That piece will determine if you will be a success or not. Now, I don't mean a success in the way that you've already been a success, just on paper, killing yourself, maybe earning a lot of money, but, feeling absolutely still a people pleaser on the inside, in very toxic environments, paying a high cost in your relationships, in yourself, in the way that you're feeling in yourself for that success, right? And thinking, okay, well, is this it? I've got to the top of my game and this is it. So it's going to determine your success when you make that leap into the entrepreneurial world, find your gift, and how much that's going to be enjoyable for you, right? So we want success and happiness in our love lives, in our relationships, and in our wealth. That's what we do here at Liberate Me. Not one or the other, okay? Because that's just replicating the shit again, which we don't want to do, right? We want to move out of that. So it will determine, what will determine that is whether you have if you have self-belief or not. The rest of the pieces is what we do inside of the program, okay? And maybe I'll mention that actually. Let me see if I can pull that up here quickly. You know, in terms of the more practical pieces that go on, just give me a minute. I wasn't planning on saying this, but I feel like it's relevant, okay? Yeah, okay. So it is self-belief and that feeling about yourself that is going to determine that you have success, but not just success that is hard work and has you fall into pieces, okay? Success that is coupled with real happiness in your relationships, in your love life, and in a lifestyle that you adore too. So you feel great, you look great, and you have plenty of cash, and you're doing what you love, right? We're not compromising one for the other, which is very much what we do as corporate women. We compromise many other areas of our life, okay? And we pay a price for that, and that's what we want to stop. So, and yes, right? The business coaching is there, you know, when you're coming into this program, right? We are looking at your marketing. And I'm just looking at here, you know, the kinds of things we do. We are having weekly sessions, live trainings, and we are, you know, you are getting all the support on marketing, the technical, the digital marketing, and how to do all of that stuff, and how to package up your gift and the copywriting. You know, typically I give, me and my team will give 500 pieces of feedback, and we review absolutely everything when it comes to launching your business. Because to launch, you know, even if you don't know what your gift is now, to launch that and be in 5 figures within 4 weeks, within 30 days, right? It seems like, wow, how is that even possible? Because I could give you all these pieces, right? You know, your gift, how to package it up, how to brand yourself, how to get out there, how to do the new way of marketing, all of that, right? But you would still fall flat on your face, or it would be a long, protracted process. It's hard work. Why? Why is that, right? And that's because your emotional, your mental state of being is everything. And that's why we start with your root cause, right? So even though, you know, it's a proven system that we're using here at Liberate Me, part of that proven system is not just about the business coaching and the marketing and packaging up your gift and finding your purpose and launching it and doing all the amazing marketing, okay? It is going back to that root cause. Hi, Kirsten. Great to have you here. So all of that is useless, right? If the root there is self-sabotage going on, okay, that stops us from having the 5-figure month, the 6-figure year, doing what we love, the relationships that we love, and the wealth and the cash flow to go with that, with the lifestyle, okay, not one or the other, for that all to come together. So success and happiness, right? Not one or the other. Okay, which is what a lot of us are experiencing now, and you're wanting to move away from, so you can have success and happiness, right? You wanna work to live, not live to work, right? And that's the difference here. So that's really it's useless me giving you that proven formula of how to do all of that if the root cause is in a shabby mess, okay? And that's really normal. I want you to know that's really normal. It's not like there's anything wrong with you. And where it comes from is what's the interesting part here, okay? Now, when I made the transition from the corporate world into business, did I have self-belief, right? You know, my instinct, like I said at the beginning, said, no, but I did it anyway, right? I did it anyway. Because I listened to a higher piece of myself, which was intuition. Yeah, a higher self. So ultimately, my higher self had the self-belief. Yeah, my human self, if you like, my ego, my wounds, my self-sabotaging story was like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't do this. This is not going to be possible for you. It was saying all kinds of stuff to me. So I thought, well, I don't have self-belief. But I didn't let that stop me, okay? I didn't let that stop me. It was that persistency in following this higher calling that is important here. So when we start out, we don't start out going and skipping through the park, right? Right? We don't start out like that. So when I said to you, do I have self-belief? The question is there a higher piece of you that is saying, yes, I want to do this, right? Even though it scares me to death, even though I'm feeling like, oh my God, I don't believe in myself, okay? And this is a difference. So now it comes down to your mental and emotional state of being. Because the work is all of that stuff that's attacking you, right? While you're trying to take the journey. And none of that stuff is practical stuff. All of that stuff is inner work, right? Inner blocks and pains and stress. And it manifests into stress, anxiety, fear. Running and just going, oh, I can't take it. It's not possible for me. And, saying all these terrible things to ourselves. Who knows how that feels? Yeah, I do, and let me know if you do. Or at least acknowledge it to yourself. So all of those pieces are useless. And if we are not addressing the root cause persistently and lovingly, okay? So how do you know if this is for you, right? So you need to separate, is it that I've got a calling and I've got some stuff going on here that my mental and emotional state of being, and I can step over that to have my dream? Or is it that I need a therapist and mental health support, right? And this kind of loop that we go on, yeah, that forward and back. So the question I want to ask you is, number one, how determined are you? So write that down. On a scale of 0 to 10, how determined are you? 10 being the most determined, yeah? And how much are you willing to take action, right? How willing are you to be coachable? As long as you're coachable on these things, that means to be able to move forward, then it's all good, right? Then you're in the right place, and let's have a chat. There'll be a link up here. You can book a call with me, okay? And we can have a chat, okay? And if you're willing to do those things, right? You're willing to say, look, my instinct says I don't have, I can't do this. Yet my intuition says, yes, I want to do this. But I'm petrified. Just like I started, okay? Just like when I took the leap. That's how I did it, right? I didn't have everything in order. I didn't know the next 10 steps. I knew that, oh my God, I just don't want to do anything else. I want to find my gift. I want to start in business. And I'm petrified. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But I'm just going to take the next step. Okay? So did I have self-belief? On the instinct level? No. On an intuition level? Yes. It was always there. On an intuition level, right? Not everybody has that. And if you have that intuition level, then it is available for you. So congratulations. You are already an amazing businesswoman in some respect, in some reality out there in the realms of the universe that be. And all it is calling it in and knowing how to bring that dream right into your reality. It's a reality that already exists for you. Your soul knows that it exists. That's why it longs for it. That's why we call it a soul calling, right? But not a lot of us know how to use our soul and how to access it and how to have it magnetizing what we want towards us, okay? Most of us are stuck in our heads, which is not our friend a lot of the time in the way that we're using our heads, because it's on, the things that are in the head are, a lot of ego, a lot of self-sabotaging stories, a lot of beliefs that are not true about yourself that could cause serious limitations. And those thoughts end up causing your feelings, which is anxiety or feeling down or feeling really afraid and feeling stuck and bailing on yourself. Yeah, I mean, you do not fail unless you bail on yourself. Yeah, no bailing, no failing. I was making some posters for my office today and I came up with that one. You do not fail if you don't bail, right? Because if you don't bail, you don't bail out on yourself. You don't check out, you don't let yourself, down. You're there for yourself, whatever it takes. Then it's a given. This is happening for you, right? It's that persistency that creates that success and that emotional freedom and that financial freedom, right? So you can truly be happy, all right? Which is huge, and that's what it's really about, okay? So until that inner peace, that inner root cause, which we all have because we're all born with it, that comes from our heritage, our ancestry and our lineage, we even bring that in. And then we have an upbringing, we have a culture, we have parents, we have schools, we have society, and they create what I call a multitude of wounds. And there's one root wound that is bespoke to you, that is running the show in the subconscious. And all we need to do is take that out, release it, and put a new one in, okay? And so new beliefs, that true beliefs, that difference between instinct and intuition, okay? And what's happening there. Until that is healed and released, you will be in a position where you're in and you're out. You're constantly bailing on yourself, right? Because you're buying into the story of the root cause, right? You're buying into the story of the instinct rather than your higher intuition, your higher soul calling. So check into two pieces, right? Take a breath. That's when you can start to shift gears. Am I in my instinct or am I in my intuition here? Am I in my lower self, my sabotage, or am I in my higher self? Just taking a breath allows us to shift gears, right? We don't breathe, but it's an amazing tool that is going on between us, just to breathe and go, hold on, let me shift gears. Where am I coming from here? So do I believe in myself? On my instinct, no. Maybe the answer is no. For my intuition, yes. And I need someone to help me release the stuff that is so strong, compounding, that it is stopping me and it's having me bail on myself. So it's so easy for us to bail on ourselves. It's like a mechanism, an instinctual mechanism that is like self-preservation. We think it's self-preservation, but it's our ego that is running that, okay? But all we are preserving is the old, right? So whatever you're experiencing now and you want that to change, that's what you're experiencing, more of that. And it is the attachment that we have to the old, yeah, is greater than the attachment than we have to the new and the possible, what is possible for us, because that feels scarier, right? So that attachment is greater, is of more value to the ego part of you, right? The conscious mind, not the subconscious. Yeah. And the subconscious has no discrimination between truth and imagination, right? It doesn't. So whatever you put into your subconscious, it will put into reality for you. So if you are taking your instincts seriously and you're saying, I can't do this, it's not possible for me, it's too hard, I don't believe in myself, I'm not good enough, I'm never going to be able to do 5 figures in 30 days, that's what you are imprinting into your subconscious. And it's just law. It's not me saying this. It's like the law of gravity, I don't get a choice. If I drop something right now, it's going to fall to the ground. Yeah? I don't get a choice about that. And that is the law, that what you put inside of your subconscious will express into reality. It has no choice, right? So if you're like, I feel shit, everything's shit, I have a shit relationship, I'm never going to be able to make money, guess what happens, right? That's what happens. You create that reality. And now there's nothing wrong with you, right? At all. I want you to know that. At all. This is normal. Everyone experiences it. It's about coming into a container or coming inside a program like the ones I run to master that. So you are bigger, much bigger than that bullshit, right? Much bigger than it. That is, you can manage it and get rid of it easily, okay? Here we get rid of the root cause, okay? We go deep and we do a big release over that, okay? And give you the tools to keep doing that. So it keeps us small, right? And why is the ego doing that? Why is it more attached to the old? Because it believes that's going to keep you safe. That's the only file it has in its operating system. It doesn't have a file for you being a six-figure businesswoman, doing what you love, having great relationships, having amazing cash flow, having a great life, feeling really good, looking really good, whatever it is to you. It doesn't have any information in its past files as it goes through its search function. It's like, it's not there, so it's unsafe. Better the devil we know. Look, we've been feeling like this for years. We know how to manage it. Just stick with what you know. And that's all that is happening. So it keeps us small. It pushes our dreams further away, which makes me really sad when I see women doing this. But that is what is happening. And I'm really here, because it makes me sad, to highlight that and to let you know it's available for you. And I want you, I'm here really to stand for your greatness, that biggest part of you, that higher self, that soul calling, and help you eliminate and eradicate the little shitty, gremlins inside, those little voices, that criticism, that self-doubt, right? That lack of self-belief, all of that, all right? To quieten it and get rid of it so you can fly to where you're meant to be in life, okay? So I'm really here to really stand for your greatness and not let you get off the hook, right? So my clients will tell you that when I ask them in the enrollment process that we go through, that I ask them what they want from me as well, right? And they ask me to call them out, right? I have a bullshit radar like you wouldn't believe. Because I can read energy and I can see your higher self, your bigger self, your intuition self. I can see your gift. I can see your root wound for you. And that's why we can move so quickly to remove those pieces and have you access that, and then do all the launch pieces of packaging that up with great copy, the digital marketing, the Facebook, the visibility, all of that stuff, okay? Me and my team do all of that practical stuff with you, right? But like I say, all of those steps would be useless without this first piece, okay? And they want me to tell them what's really going on for them, yeah? Not to massage their ego, right? They really want me to highlight that, right? And so at the beginning I said, what's the difference between coaching and therapy? And sadly, that is the difference, okay? And I say this with love, not to slag off therapy. I've had therapy myself, but it's important to know the difference and what it is that you're wanting and where it is that you're wanting to go, okay? And here we do that in record time and fast, okay? Which is important to me. So if that's important to you, then let's chat, okay? Because I'm not someone that's got time to waste. Yeah, I wasted enough time, right? I don't know about you. So that's sadly what happens in therapy, is that the ego gets massaged, okay? It gets taken very seriously because it is the ego, the root cause, the root wounds that are creating the feelings that you're having, that are having you bail on yourself, okay? Check out yourself, not believe in yourself, have self-doubt, have anxiety, have fear, have freak out, have overwhelm, okay? And that's what we focus on, okay? That's what therapy focuses on, yeah? And the thing is, when you focus on that and you keep talking about it as if it's real, and it's not real, right? And you don't actually look at where it's coming from, release it, heal it and release it through. And we do that through very fast, powerful, immersive processes, okay? That will cut, 30 years of therapy into an hour. Seriously, yeah? It means we go there fast, we don't dwell, because we want that stuff out of the way. Because once that's out of the way, you're like, I'm free, and you can reveal your true gift, right? Your true purpose, the gift that we're gonna monetize, baby, okay? And make some serious cash, okay? Because it's not really about the money, it's what you love, it's your purpose, it's got real value in it for the rest of the world. And also by healing those wounds and releasing them, in that is your gift as well, okay? So there's going to be part of your gift there to really own your authenticity, your vulnerability in a way that is so integral that you are one person now, right? You're not trying to be a people pleaser to lots of different people, okay? So when we negate that in therapy, what we do is we create more of that. We create more of the same situations that we're talking about, more of the same feelings that we're talking about. We exasperate it because the subconscious has no choice. If that's what you're impressing into it, it doesn't have any bias. Whatever you put in, if you say, I want to be, I love myself, I am a winner, I want to be rich, then it will start to create that for you. It's not as simple as that. There's ways of doing that. I'm oversimplifying it to give you the way it works, okay? But it is pretty simple, right? It is not as hard as you think, okay, at all. So now, I don't let my clients off the hook, right? They ask me not to either, right? Because they've been going around the merry-go-round most of their life with their ego, like, taking them off track, and their root causes and that invisible barrier just throwing them off track, having them bail on themselves constantly. So now I do this with gentle, loving firmness, but I do that. This is something I never experienced in therapy, and it's unlikely, right? It's unlikely. So it's a safe place here. It's for empowering and liberating women. There's no other space like that. And I honor that. And what I do is, yes, I don't let any of my clients off the hook. And I'm very truthful here, right? I've been very honest about that in the welcome close. Get used to being shocked in some ways, right? But I do that in a way of love and shining the light. Okay, like, what's going on here? And this is what you require to get a master in at yourself as well, not taking every feeling you have so seriously. Instead going, okay, that's interesting. What's going on here? What is that? Is that my instinct, my intuition, my ego, my higher self, my truth? And how do I process that? And what's there for me? What can I learn from that, right? That's the process, right? It's not rocket science, but that is a process, okay? So your job is to... so it's, and that's, when I highlight that resistance for you, and that's what it is, it shows up as resistance. When you are bailing yourself and saying it's not possible for me, or I'm too busy, or it's not the right time, or I don't have enough money, or whatever you're saying, right? Resistance shows up in many different disguises. I'm too tired, I'm too busy, all of that. That is all resistance. And that shows up in many ways. And it really is an inner assault course, right? It's like inner challenge. I grew up watching something called Challenge Annika, for anyone from the UK. And it really is your job to find out how to keep jumping over those hurdles, as if you were running, in the Olympics, and when they do that jump, whoo, and there's another one, whoo, right? They're not taking them seriously, right? They're bigger. It's like that high jump, right? That leap. And you are bigger than it. So realize you're way bigger than that. Yeah, and I show you inside of the program, I show you how that is done, okay? And we can start to show you how that is done when we have a chat, okay? So if you want to personalize that to you, just get on a chat with me. There's a link up there. I have a few slots open next week. Yeah, just do that. It's free, it's complimentary, okay? So take that first, jump over that first hurdle at least, right? And see what's there for you. Give yourself that chance. Don't bail on yourself. Okay, lean in. You get to do that. You get to have that. So this is why most people let their dream die inside of them, okay? Or let their purpose die inside of them, still inside of them. It's so sad to me. Or they never even acknowledge it's there, okay? Or they slow it down so much that it's painful and hard work, okay? Or they take a step towards it, but they're still doing it in the old way with all the suffering going on, okay? With all the old way, that root cause, that invisible barrier, still running the show, and they're trying to do it while simultaneously with that happening. Not fun, right? It comes into total suffering, because suffering is something the old way was used to. I think it's the new way to get to success cannot come without a whole load of suffering, a whole load of hard work. I'm feeling really bad. And how can it not come with that? I would feel so guilty if I just got it easily. Okay, so it's getting over those beliefs, okay? So yes, make no mistake, you need to be in the place to do the work when it comes to coaching, right? It's about moving forwards, not looping backwards, okay? So if you're in a place where you're just like, you know what, I love looping backwards. I love going back to feeling down, entertaining my depression, entertaining my anxiety. And I'm not judging you, but that's the difference, right? Do I want to keep looping back over that? Or do I actually want to make forward movement? Do I actually want to get the awareness, heal it, release it once and for all, and get the magic that comes out of that, which will be my gift, my purpose, my confidence, and skyrocket that, into fast cash to freedom, and go into 5 figures in my first month, doing what I love, and having great relationships as well, and a great lifestyle that I want, creating that by design, okay? And I say all of these things together because it's not just about fast cash. Because when we do this work, it will improve your relationships. That's what it does for my clients. It will improve your, your bank accounts will rocket through the roofs. But also your lifestyle into one that you really enjoy, right? You're working to live the life you want, the life you want to design. So it's actually knowing, well, fuck do I want, right? Rather than just making do and settling for whatever's going on, okay? So yes, and make no mistake, that is the difference, okay? And if you are not, you want to keep looping backwards and stay in pain, then the program's not for you. The course is not for you, right? This is really for women that want to make that forward movement and really go, okay, this is the shit that's going on. This is what I'm experiencing. This is my instinct. This is my pain. This is what's holding me back. This is my mindset, my emotions. And I want to master that, okay? Then I'll master the strategy, because it's mindset, emotion, and strategy, and launch into fast cash freedom, okay? The 5-figure months, the marketing, all of that stuff. It starts with your mindset. What the fuck are you putting in there, right? Creates those feelings and manifest your reality, okay? And create your strategy in life. So we start with the mindset and what's going on there. So that's why this is so important, okay? And that's why I take it so seriously. So this is about those that want to take care of themselves, okay? And be the best versions of themselves, and be ready to understand and see what they don't know. What you don't know, how to bust through those blocks and resistances in your mindset and your emotions like a freaking warrior. And that's really, what I did. That's what I did, and that's what I do for my clients now. Whilst taking tender care of my clients and of myself and of yourself, teaching you to do that. Having a lot of pleasure and fun in your life, okay? So important. So with my support. And that's what happens for those inside of this program and for what I do, okay? So this is not like any other community that I know personally. We do things very differently here. We don't just jump to the strategy. What's your gift? This is how you do the marketing. These are your skills. This is what you should be doing. Here's how you do strategy. And you still fall over flat on your face, or it's a big struggle, right? Because there's a step before that, okay, which is this stuff. So those that really want to, that refuse to live with depression, refuse to live with being sad, refuse to live with anxiety, and refuse to live with sacrifice and deprivation and compromise and swimming in that for a long time, and really want to supercharge that, move out of that, and learn what it takes to eliminate those feelings and have extreme joy, wealth, and romance. And you may be saying, bloody hell, they're all different things. But it's not, right? All of those things are related, and we look at all of them in the program, okay, inside. And it's for those that do not want to feel sorry for themselves any longer. Not that there's anything wrong with that, yeah, but are really ready and sick and tired of being in that space and being in that victim space and wanting to do something about it and really take their power back, right? So therapy is more suited to those that are comfortable in this depression. And I say that with love. You may be thinking, who's comfortable in the depression? But, you know, shining the light on that a lot. I was at one point, you know, a lot of us are, because it's what we're used to. We don't know who we are going to be without it. So even that is scary because it has its benefits. You know, depression, anxiety, feeling anxious, being busy, it comes with its benefits because it gives you certainty. You are certain to know what's going to happen, how you're going to feel, what the result's going to be, right? And we can either get our certainty in a very unhealthy way, because we need certainty no matter what, or we find out how to get it in a healthy way and really fly. But we don't know what that looks like. And so our ego shuts that down very quickly and says, well, where are you going? We've never done that before, so let's shut that down. Yeah, because, you know, we don't have a file for that. Let's just do what we've done before. So it is the human condition. And what I mean by that, we have a bond with that behavior and that way of feeling. And therapy can exasperate that as well, right? It creates a bigger bond. We're creating a relationship with it weekly, sometimes for years. Yeah, with that depression, okay, with that hard work, with that anxiety, with that upset, with that drama. And actually what we really want, I mean, I know nobody's doing this by purpose, by the way. None of you are doing this by purpose if this is showing up for you. But it's just shining the light on that, okay? And our ego has us believe that if we break the bond with that, those behaviors and situations, then who the hell are we going to be without it? And something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. Someone's going to die or something, okay? That's always at the end of ego and fear, by the way. It's not true. It's not true. You know, I didn't even, I went through therapy and I thought, well, if I get rid of all this, you know, drama in my life, all this, you know, intensity, all this anxiety, what the hell is my life going to be like without my family and speaking every day about this and that and that, and all this intensity at work, you know, all these upsets and dramas, and what will my life be like? Maybe I'll be bored, right? Seriously, right? But it gets to a place with this amazingness, okay? So that is your soul that knows and it has all the answers, that longing for something better. And that is the intention behind going to therapy or anything else, or being in this group, right? But it knows what you don't know, and it has all the answers for you. And that's what we get to access here, where you can get on some of that happy drug, okay? But most of us don't take that very seriously, okay? And we don't even know it's there. So it's like inside, it's like, oh, I'm here. Like, I can show you the way. I have all the answers. It's not very loud. The ego is very loud. It's like banging on you. And your soul has answers to you to what is next and what will be, okay? And how to get there. Has the freaking roadmap, okay? And it's really loving. It's really joyous. It's very... it's stunning, okay? So know that there are different parts of us. Take a breath and come from your intuition, your higher self. So from your higher self, and higher self doesn't have any freaking logic, right? It's like, well, I'm here, I'm listening to this, what do I want? Which camp do I want to be in? And if you want to be in a camp where you move forwards, then let's have a chat. Ask your intuition, your instinct to maybe go, no, it's not a good idea, it's scary, we don't know what it is, you know. Which I totally get, yeah, and I hold you lovingly. Yet go to a higher place. And if you can access a higher place, your intuition is saying, you know what? I love to see what's here for me, yeah? Whether this is for me, then yeah, get on a call and let's have a chat. So, anything more I wanted to say? Let me have your questions, if you have any, whether you're on the replay or watching live. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, so it's not true, but most of us don't take our soul seriously or don't even know it exists, to be honest. So we're more comfortable in our uncomfort, and we're attached to that, okay? Because it's certainty. We know what that is. We've always had that. We've got a degree in it. You know, we're a graduate in that shit, right? And so we literally choose it. But you can just step out into your higher self and choose something else. Yeah? Choose to take the first step. You don't need to know the next 10. Like I said, when I transitioned out my corporate career, I went with my higher belief and I just took the next step, right? I didn't have, you know, amazing self-confidence and self-belief. In fact, I was very broken from a toxic time there after being bullied by one of my colleagues, okay? So I was in quite a state, really, but you know, and that's the point. I was in a state. That's when, you know, the soul comes in to guide you, and there's a reason why you're in that situation that is a piece of shit and that you're not feeling happy, because it's trying to get your freaking attention, not for you to stay there and continue and try to push through on your own, okay? So get on and have a chat, yeah, if that is you. If that is you. Choose something else today. So write down what can I choose today from my intuition rather than my instinct. And I generally empathize with you and with my clients as I get it, right? You know, I tell some harsh truths here, and it's not me criticizing you or having a go at you, okay? I get that it's hard. I have been there, right? If you haven't read my story, I have been through every mental, emotional anguish you can possibly imagine. So I want you to get that. And if you want to read my story, then reach out. You know, there's an About Me interview, and I think it's in the Welcome Post. So have a read of that, you know. So I'm not just sitting there going, oh yeah, I've got all my shit sorted, right? That's what I want you to know as well. I have been there, so I always speak my truth with love and from the advantage point of awareness and consciousness, of knowing of what I did not know before, right? I did not know what I know until I knew it, and now I share that with you, and you will know it too once you learn this, but you don't know it now. We don't know what we don't know until we know it, right? You don't have those answers yet of how to get past the mental and emotional piece, okay, to be successful. That root cause, that invisible barrier that is keeping you stuck, that has nothing to do with you. And once you know, it's like, it's such a relief, right? It is such a relief that, and it is very common to feel this way. It's normal, in fact, okay? Everybody has this. It is very common feelings that as a new entrepreneur woman, or a woman that's leaping into business, or has gone into business and not been very successful, jumped a bit then, I heard a bang. I was in this like beautiful moment with you all. It's my husband getting ready for dinner. So it's that new entrepreneur woman, right? There's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You are not broken. You are not silly for feeling that way or thinking that way. I want you to know that. Or for behaving that way, or, you know, being in some of the positions that I've talked about that are quite tender today and very heartfelt. You are not causing that. Obviously, you would not do that by purpose. No one would purposely, none of us would purposely self-sabotage ourselves and stay stuck. Not at all. There is something going there on a deeper level that just needs identifying and removing. Because yes, I have been in business for years. I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and I have seen the same things over and over and over again. And this is what allowed me to pioneer, you know, the fast cash to freedom system, the Liberate Me system, and what it takes. And this is why this part is so important, is missing. You know, it's just missing. I don't know anywhere else that you're going to learn this in the world, because yes, I have been there, you know, I've really been there, and I really get it. You know, the strong urge to bail on yourself constantly, like we're constantly bailing on ourselves, and that longing and taking that next step, and you will all have the same experience, you know, as you come through this, as you move along your journey and you master, you know, the inner game and the outer game, the inner game and the business game, okay? And mastering that entrepreneurial and the life thing, right? The relationships and all that, because it all comes together. If we have one that's falling over, the other will suffer. Okay, so this is a common trap, and everyone does it, so I get it. It's really hard, and I want you to know that. And the truth is, I've been there in your position right now, right? So I can totally empathize with you. I have a lot of empathy for you. That's why I do this, okay? And today I want you to let you know, okay, on this beautiful weekend as we go into February, you are doing so well, and wherever you are is perfect. Whatever is happening right now is perfect. I don't care if it's bad, horrible, or wonderful, right? Whatever you're experiencing is happening for a reason, because it's taking you to where you need to go next. So wake up, take some notice of it. Even if it's painful, don't try to suppress it. Don't bail on yourself. Say yes to yourself. Come on and book in a chat with me, you know, at this time, if that speaks to you, and we can go from there, okay? Whatever you're experiencing right now, you are experiencing it for a reason, my love, my loves, yeah, whoever's listening to this. Use it as a learning lesson that it is meant to be here for, okay? It is not an accident. You know, the world is not against you. There is gold in that pain or that situation that you're in, okay? And if you want some help with that, identifying what the hell is going on, what am I supposed to take from this, what am I meant to do next, and you want some help with that, because I know it's hard, then, and we can't see what we can't see, yeah? We need someone else to see that for us, and that's my superpower. Then let's get on a call, yeah? Let's get on a call, my love. Let's get on a call. And be kind and gentle with yourself this weekend, like I'm going to be. I am thinking of you, and I love you all. You are learning to know that, allow that, let that journey unfold. You do not ever fail. Failing is not an option, okay? No bailing, no failing. And I'm going to end on that. I love you so much. And my name is Anita Gaishaw, your Liberation Money Coach. And I shall speak to you soon. Have a fucking fabulous weekend. Love you. Speak to you soon. Bye.